Hi guys, it's Mr. Kirshenson here with our lesson for lesson 2.4, the converse of the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so the first thing I want you guys to do is we're going to talk about the light blue boxes, okay? And I'm going to give you a chance to go ahead and write this stuff down. All right, so I'm going to record it and I want you to hit pause as you're trying to write this stuff down, all right? So the first thing we're going to look at is the converse of the Pythagorean theorem. That should be at the top of your notes. So go ahead and write that down. Hit pause as you need to. Okay. The next thing we're going to write down, okay, is, okay, remember that if a squared plus b squared equals c squared, then the triangle is a right triangle. Again, you need to be putting this stuff in your notes. All right. The next thing we'll look at is the Pythagorean triples. All right. A Pythagorean triple is a set of three positive integers. Remember, an integer is a positive or negative number that doesn't have a fraction or decimal attached to it. So really what they should have said is three whole numbers, such that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay. Again, hit pause, get this stuff down in your notes. All right. Important things to remember when we were discussing, remember A and B can be either. C is the hypotenuse, it is the longest, and it is across from the right 90-degree angle. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do some example problems. All right. We're going to start off with doing problem number 5. All right. And what we have to do is we have to decide, is this a Pythagorean triple? All right. So to be able to do that, what we will do, all right, is we're going to say, does 8 squared plus 10 squared equal 14 squared? All right. 8 squared would be what? 64. 10 squared is 100. Now, 14 squared, that's one maybe we don't have memorized right off the top of our head. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our calculator from our phone, all right? And you can either go 14 times 14 and get 196, or you can turn it sideways and you could say 14 and then over here the x squared button and you get 196. So either way you get 196. So then we'll say 164 plus 100 is 164. Does that equal 196? No. So the answer to this is no. And of course, your explanation is your work that goes along with it. Okay. Now, for number 6, I want you to go ahead, write down what you think it is, and then you're going to compare it to what I think you should set it up as. All right. So as I look here, this would be 50 squared plus, remember, the longest one is our C, so B would be 120 squared equals 130 squared. Okay. So again, if I take my calculator and I go 50 times 50, 2,500. 120 times 120 equals 14,400. Now I'm going to add those two together right now, and I get 16,900. Okay. And when I say 130 times 130, 130 times 130, I get 16,900. So 16,900 is the same on both sides, so therefore this would be a yes. Again, your work is your explanation. No work, no credit. All right, now moving along to the triples, okay? We're gonna see, do these three numbers make a Pythagorean triple? So on number 9 here, we're gonna go, is 3 squared plus 5 squared equal to 7 squared? 3 squared being 9, 5 squared being 25. Does that equal 4 squared, which is, or 7 squared, which is 49? Okay, so we get 34. Does that equal 49? Gosh, I hope not. All right, so the answer to that would be no. Okay, now for number 10 here. Okay, again, I'm going to use a calculator. So 4.1 times 4.1, because we're going to say 4.1 squared plus 4 squared, does that equal 9 squared? Okay, again, we're using the a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and using our calculator, so we get 16.81 plus 16, does that equal 81? 16 plus 16.81 is 32.81, does not equal 81, so this would also be an example of a no. All right, so there are your notes for lesson 2.4. Remember, if something is confusing you, send me a message on chat within the Teams app, and I will gladly help you. Have a good one. Bye.